And Manpower's Phil Blair is paying us a visit. Usually he's talking about how to nail that job interview. Today, though, he's focusing on how to get one in the first place.
This is Good Morning San Diego.
Well, it's how to make a good impression if you are looking for a job. Phil Blair from Manpower stops by this morning. Well, if you apply for a job, your resume will most likely get sent to a recruiter. So Manpower's Phil Blair is here this morning with what we need to know to impress and not annoy the recruiter, right?
Correct. Know that the recruiter or the HR person, same thing, can make or break where your career moves in that company. And it's by nature, people get frustrated and they get anxious and they want to know what's going on and they want a decision. Because remember, to me, this is, if I'm applying for a job, this is very important to me.
Sure.
But you as the recruiter, you may have 10, 15 jobs you're working on filling. So keep that in mind when you're dealing with the recruiter or the HR department.
Okay, so they get your resume. Do you get to meet with them first, or usually do they call you to go over things?
Usually there's a phone call, and that's just to sort of verify things, but it's also part of the interview. They want to know what your phone manners are like. So be very careful what phone number you leave. I encourage people not to put a home number where a child might answer or the spouse who's busy doing something else. But when your cell phone answers, you know how to answer it, and answer it very professionally, because that is the beginning of the interview.
Yeah, this seems logical, but I do know that it's happened before. You're out, you're at a loud restaurant, and you pick up the phone, and it's the beginning of your interview.
Exactly, exactly. And if it's not a good time to talk, say so.
Okay.
Because I want a correct impression of you.
Sure.
So if you're at a place that's not appropriate, it's loud, or you're babysitting or something, just say, can I call you back in 15 minutes? Or can you give me a few minutes to put you on hold and let me go to a quieter place? But get into your interview mode, because it's very important.
Okay, step two, if they were impressed, they might call you back in for an actual face-to-face meeting. What's the most important thing to know?
That it is an interview. It is a discussion. Don't sit there like it's an inquisition and you're going through this most painful question answering. You're having a discussion. I want to know if you're somebody pleasant I want to work with. You probably have the experience because you got that far. But the next part of the test is after the interview. As you said, you're anxious to hear an answer. I've got a lot of jobs I'm working on. Polite persistence. Stay in touch with me. At the end of the interview, you said, I do want this job, Mr. Blair. This is very exciting, and I would really like the ability to work here. So don't leave me any doubt when you walk out of that room. But also, don't stalk me. Don't leave 6 phone messages saying, have you made a decision yet? Should I start? What's my date? Because that's weird. That's part of the test also. Is it polite persistence? Did you write, not email, write a very nice, thoughtful thank you note? Is your follow-up appropriate? Articles that you thought I might be interested in. You're trying to keep this job you're interested in top of mind for me, and I'm not focused on it. So it's polite persistence. Don't get impatient.
These all seem like simple tips, but they literally could make or break your chance to get the job, right?
Oh, they will, because when it gets down to 3 top candidates, it's sort of like, well, which one would I like to work with, or which one has been the most reasonable? Well, this one did something I didn't like. And it gets down to the little things. So watch the details. You can lose the job in the little details of the job search.
All right, we'll remember that. Phil, thanks so much for coming in. We'll see you next week. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way.
Thank you. Going to the snow.
Oh, wonderful. We'll bundle up then.
Thank you.